Today's Ask Anything question is, how can I tell if God is changing my heart? Great question. Well, whether you followed Jesus for years or are starting to seek him, it's easy to question if anything really is different, because I learned sometimes it takes a long time. But the good news is that God does change hearts. That has been proven over and over again. Sometimes the change is sudden and dramatic, but more often it's quiet and gradual, day by day, layer upon layer. And I've discovered that the clearest sign of God's work in my life is a shift in my desires. Things like success or approval or control actually begin to lose their grip. And in their place, I begin to long for the real things like peace and truth and more of God. Personally, I've noticed that self-interest and empty pleasures start to become less appealing. And instead, I began to desire to be a better husband or father, a better friend. I learned that as I started to follow Jesus, I cared less about achievements and more about serving others. And slowly, God replaced my ambition with a desire to see others thrive. It wasn't instant, but it was real. Ezekiel 36:26 says, I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. And that is so true. That's what God does. He transforms us from the inside out. It's not just about what we do, it's about who we're becoming. Faith is not a destination, but it is a direction away from self and toward God. And I know it can feel slow, but when you look back, you should see that you are moving away from what you were and toward who God has created you to be. So how do you know if God is changing your heart? Simply put, your desires shift. You grow in humility. You start to extend grace more freely, and love becomes a choice to serve even when it's hard. And if you're not seeing it yet, don't be discouraged. The desire for change is often the first sign that God is at work. Transformation may not always be loud, but it is always visible. God is faithful to finish what he started in you.